welcome to our channel. This is Shavival Gaming. We are going into the Sinking City. I have tried this game out a few times, well, to try and get the sound right on it, because this game is so quiet compared to what my voice is. So I've actually been like trying to get the volume levels right on it. But we're going to start a new game. There is an epilepsy warning on this game, so just so you know, because there are a few flashing lights and a few people have had seizures through it. So I just thought I'd give you that warning first. So yeah, gonna read this out to you. It does come up again in the game as well, so I'll let you read that if you want to, and we're gonna carry on with this game. So here we go, and I'm gonna let you watch the intro to this because it is quite cool. So I'll be quiet through that. So here we go. Very weird intro, I must admit, but yeah, it is quite cool actually as well. So, right, let's get going with this. Right, I have played a bit of this, so I know what to do. So I've got to get stuff out of here. We have a gun here.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Let's have a look in here. This is the letter. We've got to see Johannes Vanderberg. We'll see him in a minute anyway. This is the letter. And that, so there we go. We have a camera there. Looks like we can take a picture of this. Right, so let's go tab. Click on that, and then we go like this. And there we go. Got a picture of that. I'll take two pictures of it. Photo of a trophy plate. Okay. If there's anything else in here. Oh, picture.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Right, all evidence collected. Right, get out of here.
Now get out.
Oh, charming.
At
Right,
last,
this is Mr.
Charles Reed.
Johannes.
What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Right, so nice suit to start off with, I think.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Yeah, basically you're a detective in this. I will do a write-up on this anyway for you, so you can actually read it in the thing below the video. So, what?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
You can guarantee that one.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
About my problem.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Where is Robert Throgmorton?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
What's Robert Throgmorton like?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I need somewhere to stay.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What do you do here?
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
How do I get to Devil's Reef?
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What else do you mark?
Places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Good idea. Thank you very much.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Bit ominous though. Right, let's have a look. Press P. This tells us all the landmarks and stuff like that, and the investigation stuff. Evidence marked. Oh, generic red marks are always shown regardless of selected case. Okay. Right, then we need to press M. This is the map. This is massive, this thing is. Look at this. A very, very big area, so this will be fun. I think we've got to go up here. There's the boat that we've got to catch, so... But we won't be doing that just yet. So let's get going. Lovely weather. Right, so... This
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Okay, let's try with your features are
Forgive the
unusual.
question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Okay. What do you know about
I've
the
heard you're the man to
visions?
speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Happened to your son?
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
I can try to find Albert.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Vera.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you.
Tell me more about the case.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Okay, where's the
You mentioned
lifeboat?
a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Where's the fisherman's house?
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
I'll be going.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Very proud but very arrogant. Right, so let's go to the boat first. Okay, let's press T a minute. Right, this is your case book. So these are all your information from it. So we get to the case book by pressing this. We have a case book here. This gives us all the information that we've come up with so far. The hotel room and stuff. We have a lore here as well. And the trophy plate was a strange fish. Looks very lifelike. So that's the bit that we took on the boat. And then this is our mine city. So we've got these two bits so far. I don't know if we can actually... No, them two don't click with each other, so... No, so them two don't click with each other, so we can't do anything with that just yet. The more information we get, it goes into there, so we'll be able to like match it up. Quite cool, actually. So we need to come down here. This is where the boat is, where where Albert was found. So this is
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Get in the boat. We have a letter here. This is Albert Throgmorton's will. I'll let you read all that. I'll give you a second. There we go. If you want to pause to watch that, let's read that. That's fine. This is a helmet. By looks on things.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Okay, that's that one. Down and speak to these
You
two.
like it here, newcomer?
Can't
Well,
catch a mackerel
get
since
used
those
to it.
Innsmouthers took over the
No
fishing
one leaves
business.
Oakmont nowadays.
That's them two done. Let's go back up here. Then we need to go into the fisherman's house and find out what went on in there. Oh, what are you? Oh, weird animals. Some really weird creatures in this as well. Okay, right.
I've said everything I know.
That's fine. Don't speak to me then. So we need to go in here. Right. Oh, we have a flashlight. Cool. Right, we've got a bed here.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Anything else? Go and rummage around in here. Nothing there.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Yeah, that's that bit done. Right, I think we have to go upstairs now because I don't think there's anything else. Oh, that sounds squishy. Don't think there's anything else down here anyway, so we need to go upstairs. And this is where it all starts.
It would
Look at
take
that.
tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Talk to this dude.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
I'm clever.
Hello?
Talk to him.
Hey,
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
it's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Right, who are you?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Tell me what happened.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and, okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me,
That sounds familiar.
Who is Kay?
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Where are the others?
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Right, what happened to Paul?
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Okay, I've got to go.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
That's that bit done. Oh, I don't think there's anything in this room. By looks on things. Oh. Yes, I can look at.
Choo choo.
Choo. Right.
I can barely recognize
Wow.
the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Ooh. Yeah, voices? Yay.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Let's go in here.
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Right.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Look at that. Have a look at this one.
Never seen knives like this before.
Pretty.
Masterful work.
Very pretty. Right. Mind's IQ. Press to activate T. Press more information. So let's go T for a minute. This is our mind's eye thing. Yeah, this is where we can see things that you wouldn't normally see, basically. Whenever you see a distortion in the corners of the screen and hear a ringing sound, it may reveal images of the past, illusions or omens or tracks that are otherwise invisible. Images of the past have an activation zone, see above. Hold your right mouse button to see the full picture. Okay, let's go escape. Let's pick this up. I think we have to press Q on it. There we go. And there we go. Right, that's that bit done. Right, now we need to find the entry point, which is here. If we go in here, it takes us into a totally different zone, so we have to sort of look at this.
What's happening?
Right, here we go here.
Take this, ape face.
And then there's this part here.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
See, I got thrown as well, so we need to pick the right order to get it right. So this one would be the first one. This would be the second.
What?
And this
Take this,
would
ape
be the
face.
third.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
And there we go. So press T for a minute. This is where we go to our mind palace. If you want to read all that, got evidence, deductions, and stuff like that. So we have to go to. Let me have a look at the law first. This is documents. That was his will that we picked up. And then we have Will Hammond's testimony, and we have the house brawl. Basically, what happened in the house. This is our mind palace. So we need to match these up, basically. Albert returned bit. Let's try that. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous and posed a threat to Lewis, Flynn and his freshman friend. Sudden... Oh. Maybe not that one. Let's try that one. And that one. Albert Throgmorton spread some sort of psychic influence which made every nearby suffer in hysteria. Right, Lewis shot without warning and Albert fled was... No, okay. One fisherman's mission. Okay, there we go. As an Innsmouth, Lewis and his people suffer at the hands of Throgmortons. That could be a reason for the hatred. So there's that bit. And then there's this one. And that one's that. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. So this is that sense that I just went to see this thing. Let's go to this for a minute. These are the omens thing. So when I go into that other sense thing, I will be able to follow where they went, basically. Which is quite cool, actually. I don't know if I can talk to him again.
Head.
No.
Still hear those voices.
Okay, so it looks like they've fled down this way. So if we come down here, we should be able to do this. And there we go, look. This is where they were. So if we just follow these footsteps, he's running. He's still running. Walking. And going into some sort of thing. Right. And he was crouched there by looks of things. So if we pick this bullet up.
So
And
the fisherman pursued Albert.
there we go.
Even let off a few shots.
Right, so he was running this way. Walking. Still walking. His head was hurting by some things. It looks like he went up here.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Right. And he's running this way. His head's going funny again. Looks like he went into this place here. It's going here. It's the warehouse. Okay, so it's rummage around in here. He crouched there. Some evidence there by looks of things.
There's something in the pocket.
Okay. This is a bloodstained note. I'll let you read that. Okay, there you go. Right. Looks like that's the end of that, so I think we've got to go down here. So if we can come out of that, we're going to equip our gun because there's something nasty in here. Right. Plus we need to break that open as well. There we go, that's that. So we need to break that open. Is that horrible thing there? Really weird thing that is. This is Albert Throgmorton, I'm afraid he's dead.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
It was indeed. So yep, there we go. Right, need to go back into our mind palace a minute. This is the case book again. So we tracked down Albert. There's a bloodstained note, a torn piece of a jacket, and then we found Albert's body. So there, all the evidence we've found. This is our mind city. So Albert fled wounded, and he was murdered. No, Lewis pursued him. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throgmorton rather than just drive him off. Right, now we need to go. Albert was murdered and Lewis left the crime scene. No. No. Okay. There we go. That's that one. Lewis, the Innsmouther that killed Albert Throgmorton, may be hiding at the bar in Oakmont port. And that one hasn't got anything I can join it with, so... Right. Oh, that's gross. Right, so we need to go to the bar now. Let's get going to that. Isn't a bad game, actually. Weird game, but not bad. Right, this is the bar that we need to go to. Can't go through there yet because Mr. Throgmorton's blocked that off till all things found from his son being missing.
Yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella?
Also, they don't deal in money here. They actually deal in bullets because it's
You look familiar.
money has no meaning
Old
to them
Billy
here.
hasn't seen you around.
So, right, let's go in here. Can't talk to you.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Rude. Right, let's talk to you then, lady.
Come closer.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
Yes, my dear. Yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Nonsense.
Seems a little generic, don't you think?
I see many things, boy, and I will tell you them in detail for a small fee.
All right, how much?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
All right, one bullet then.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars circled by the dead. A race from one to the next as time itself laughs.
That made no sense.
I think I'd like my bullet back.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an early glimpse.
Why do I feel like I got scammed?
Funny. Let's talk to the bartender.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some
someone.
unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy.
Very
And
true.
if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Nice. I need to find Lewis Flynn.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah, even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Gonna.
As it happens, I know you
Okay.
owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So,
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
smart man. There's your good deed for the day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Right, let's go upstairs.
What the? Get the... Oh.
Oh, fine. Miserable. Right. Here we go.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Okay,
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
why do you look like that?
Why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so
Means
you
I
better
look like
get
fish,
over it.
basically.
We are proud of who we are.
How did it all happen?
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
Your actions
The
look
things you
deliberate.
did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
Why do your people hate the Throgmortons?
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
What's a grand family?
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I've heard enough.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I'll think about it.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
No.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Right, and that's that bit done. Now, give me a minute, guys. I need to just go do something. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Right, so we need to go to my mine place. So we're going to here. Right. There we go. That's our last little bit of details. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight with Albert, so this is the evidence that we can go tell Mr. Throgmorton. So, psychic influence or not, Lewis was out to murder Albert Throgmorton. He had motive too, the mutual hatred between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. I must tell Robert Throgmorton the truth and bring this murder to justice. So yeah, so now we've got to go see... Go this way. We need to go see Mr. Throgmorton. And let him know that his son's dead, basically. Go back down here. Hopefully then that'll open up, so... Actually that will open up when we do this bit. Who? Right, so we'll Mr. Throgmorton, shall we? Right, I'll see you strange
Mr.
creatures.
Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Good thing. There you go. This is where we go for this bit.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
Right. Let's give him away then, shall we?
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy.
I can guarantee you that one.
The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Why a geological expedition?
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Any discoveries so far?
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Exactly. Murder and expedition are linked.
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Tell me more about the expedition.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Okay, that's what you put on my map, where he lives.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
So it looks like if we can get hold of bullets, we get hold of bullets, basically. And there's that. So there we go. Right. That case is complete now, so let's have a look here. We have law. So the fortune teller's prophecy is there. In the case book, we have the lost expedition, and this is our key to get to the headquarters. So now we go. Now a new case is lost at sea. So yeah, this is our lost at sea one. So this is where we've got to go next, basically. We need to go right up here again. See, now this is clear, so we can actually go through here, which is where we've got to go anyway. Grimhaven Bay. Go down here. Right, this is where we get another cutscene. I'll let you watch it. There we go. So this is the next section of it. So Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. So there we go on that one. That's our next mission. Right guys, we're actually going to leave it here for this one. So I'm going to save this. And we will continue this. Space to confirm. Accept. Right, so that's our manual save. So we will leave it here for today. And I'll get back to this again as soon as possible. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. After getting the sound sorted out on it, of course. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. And comment if you do like it as well, which would be handy for me. And I will see you again soon. So you all take care of yourself. And goodbye for now.